Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April the 11th, 2024. We're going to be talking about AEW because they got another match for a dynasty. I just got things in my face. And we saw the footage of All In. That was like 8 months ago long about CM Punk. And of course, they always have to try to take a dig of WWE or whoever takes it a little personal to their own show. So Young Bucks showed the footage, but I guess they're trying to put this as their part of the rivalry for the tag team championship match. When they didn't talk about FTR when they talk about this, they just talk about CM Punk is friends with FTR. So they showed the footage of Jack Perry and CM Punk. There was no audio, and we couldn't see CM Punk's face because they're not allowed to show CM Punk's face because he's on WWE. You can't show another wrestler that's not on your company face. I don't know why they're still doing this because we all know that CM Punk and he's in WWE. We all know that CM Punk talked about AEW on a podcast. I didn't watch the podcast, so I can't tell you guys what he said. I know he thinks that AEW is not a real company, and he thinks that Tony Khan is not a real boss. And I heard that it sounded like that there's something was bugging CM Punk that Jack Perry says, and he asked Tony Khan, because he's the boss, he's supposed to make his employees happy, to fix it, and Tony Khan didn't fix it. So CM Punk had to fix it on his own, and he had a compensation, and I guess Jack Perry said something, because CM Punk did push him first. I think he got mad, and then I think he had a headlock on him and all that stuff. So, I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but it sounds like CM Punk might be right, what he said, or I don't know what's happening. But, yeah, I'm hoping that it's a really sad thing that they have to talk about this to get personal with CM Punk. Because he's been through it. He knows what happens. He talked about it. That's not his fault. People on the podcast wants to know what happened. And CM Punk was there. Young Bucks wasn't there. Why is the Young Bucks telling us? And why not Tony Khan? Why is the Young Bucks telling us what happened? Or showing us the footage? There was no audio. We don't know what they were saying. We didn't know anything. This doesn't prove anything. The Young Bucks is just showing this because they think that, whatever happened here, it screwed us of our tag team championship match at All In. So that's kind of part of the storyline. But what's the point of showing us CM Punk and Jack Perry? Everybody moved on, and that's what happened. CM Punk is out of AEW. He's out of your hair and all your problems. You could move on too. He's in WWE. It's WWE's problem now. CM Punk is WWE's problem. And looks like he's having fun, and looks like WWE doesn't have a problem with CM Punk. Because every time we see CM Punk, he's hugging up with a whole bunch of wrestlers like Randy Orton. He's talking nicely to the wrestlers. He has respect for them. I don't know about CM Punk. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, I don't know about them. But it doesn't sound like they're having a backstage brawl. So why you guys have to worry about him when he's not in your company anymore? You're not the boss of him anymore. Triple H, Nick Khan, is the boss of CM Punk. And CM Punk knows what he has to do. So I don't know. It doesn't prove anything to me. I'm not saying CM Punk is right. It feels like he's right that maybe Jack Perry said something bad and Tony Khan just sat at the computer, at the monitors. He didn't do anything about it. CM Punk had to do something about it. I would be angry too if my boss didn't want to help me because I'm upset. You have to make sure all your employees are happy. Just like the whole elite thing with CM Punk. You made everybody happy. You suspend CM Punk, but you try to make everybody happy. And you did something, Tony Khan. You actually did something. But you didn't do anything about this one. Because I believe after they brawled on the video, CM Punk was yelling at Tony Khan, and Tony Khan was at the monitors. He didn't get up and try to pull CM Punk or try to calm it down. They were talking. It could be the yelling, and Tony Khan didn't get up and try to calm it down. It got into a physical fight. So, Tony Khan had and then he said on a pay-per-view that he was feared of his life. But CM Punk didn't attack Tony Khan. He attacked Jack Perry. He was just yelling at Tony Khan because he didn't help. I don't know what the fear of my life thing is. But that's that. I'm hoping that they stop doing that and start working on the tag team titles, because that's a bad storyline. I don't care about the tag team championship anymore. FTR came out and talked about why we're showing this. It was 8 months ago, just like FTR and other fans asking why. But they will beat up Young Bucks and be the best tag team and win tag team titles again. I don't really care what they say. I care is just that whole segment. It was just to take a dig of CM Punk, because CM Punk took a dig of them, and they had to do it on live television. CM Punk didn't do a live television. He did a live podcast, but not live television. They kind of made it more personal. And if CM Punk has to say something else, he's going to say something else, because they made it more personal by putting it on live television. So that's their fault if CM Punk talks about it again. And it make them more embarrassed. That's their fault. They're making it more personal. Because a podcast is not a live TV show. He didn't do on Monday Night Raw. He didn't do on WrestleMania. He didn't talk about when he was a pre-show analyst. He didn't do that. He did on a podcast. And he talked about his own opinion of AEW because he worked there. That's his own opinion. Some guys like working at AEW, some guys don't. Oh well. It doesn't mean you have to make it personal with that guy, because he made his own opinion. So, first match of the evening, we're supposed to have Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes could finish his story. I think that's what Tony Khan is trying to do, because Cody Rhodes finished his story at WrestleMania, and I guess, I don't know, he's trying to mock it, because he has a Rhodes, and he has a world title, and let's see if he could finish his story. I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, it didn't happen because Swerve Strickland attacked Samoa Joe before the match when Samoa Joe was doing his entrance. And they fought off the stage, like on the side of the stage. And it was like a brawl, and then Swerve just put Samoa Joe through a table. And through the whole show, we are trying to figure out, can Samoa Joe fight? When Samoa Joe could stand and run after Swerve. I saw that after when they were talking. That he got up and he ran. So I think he's okay to wrestle. So that's going to be our main event now, Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes. We had a toast between Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. Nothing really said. Tony Storm just splashed some wine in the face of Thunder Rosa and trying to wipe the face paint. Not very good, because she still had her face paint on her. And Deonna Purrazzo trying to help Thunder Rosa. She got mad and Deonna Purrazzo walked away. It's not really the best Dynamite I've seen. I'm sorry, but it wasn't. We got some NXT to talk about, but we'll talk after the show. Next, we got the TNT title on the line. Adam Copeland versus Penta. This was an okay match. It was okay. Not bad. But the winner of that match and still your TNT champion, Adam Copeland. And he got attacked by House of Black. Not Malachi Black and not Buddy Matthews, but Brody King and Julia Hart. And then when Julia Hart was about to do her poison mist, here comes Willow Nightingale to attack Julia Hart, and then Adam Copeland attacked Brody King. And Adam Copeland was in backstage talking to his teammates from Dynasty, Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston, and Willow Nightingale and Stokely Hathaway was there, and some reason not Chris Statlander. Because she got whispered in the ear from Trent. She wants to know why you attacked Orange Cassidy, but she wasn't with Willow Nightingale. Will she turn heel too? And then they were talking, and then some reason Stokely Hathaway says, put your TNT title on the line against Willow Nightingale. She will beat your butt. But Willow has a better idea. Let's have a mixed tag team match next week. Willow and Adam Copeland versus Julia Hart and Brody King. And it's official. Then we had Shane Taylor Promotions versus Chris Jericho. Shabata. I forgot his name. Shabata. The Japanese wrestler that was the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. I thought I could say his name, but I couldn't. And teaming up with Hook. Some reason I don't have Chris Jericho and Hook and that guy on my list, but I already know they were in the match. At the end, the Japanese wrestler guy knocked down Chris Jericho, and then Chris Jericho, when the Japanese wrestler was about to tag, Chris Jericho knocked Hook off the apron and says, you had to listen to me, not him. And so the Japanese wrestler has to fight all by himself against the Shane Taylor Promotions and the Ogo. Because some reason at Collusion he teamed up with those guys. With Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor. So the winner of that match was the Shane Taylor Promotions. And then we had Okada versus the Jobber. The winner of the match was Okada, and he accepted the challenge to Pac, because every time Okada is in a match or Pac is in a match, Pac is keep on asking for a match for the Continental Championship. He accepted it. So Pac came out and started going to the ring, and I guess he was about to attack Okada until the Young Bucks was chasing after Pac while he was walking to the ring. Their music hit, they ran to the ring, and the new Elite attacked Pac. And then when they were about to do their finishers onto a Pac, here comes FTR attacking the Elites. And then here comes Okada with a chair. And then the EVPs did their EVP trigger onto the FTR. And knocked out Mr. Pac with a chair aside of his head. Then we have Mariah May versus Anna Jay. The winner of that match was Mariah May. Anna Jay needs to start slapping harder for her chops, because even the fans didn't want to go woo, because you can't really hear the chops. Mariah May did a good chops, but Anna Jay, you need to learn how to do chops if you're going to do chops. Mariah May wins the match, but Anna Jay attacks her and does a submission, and then a Stardom girl came out. I forgot her name, because she didn't have a Titantron. This Titantron says Stardom. She runs in and chases off Anna Jay, and then she grabs some wine and helps Mariah May drink the wine. And then she kisses Mariah May. She's a former tag team partner of Mariah May. And Mariah, I guess to make Mariah May to get up, you have to kiss her. It's like a fairy tale. Because that's what happened with Toni Storm. She kissed her in the cheek, and then she got fired up. So, yeah, that's weird. And then we had Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes in the Eliminator match for a shot at the AEW World Championship. Dustin Rhodes got busted open because of Samoa Joe, but the winner of that match was Samoa Joe. And then Samoa Joe wasn't done there. He choked out Dustin Rhodes until Swerve came out, kicked him in the head, and then he knocked out Samoa Joe with the chain. And then he holds up the world title. That's the end of AEW Dynamite. I don't know if I missed anything else. If I did, you guys could put it on the comments. But I did miss something on NXT because Trick Williams was having a segment at the end of the show. I only told you guys about the main event, Braun Breaker losing their tag team titles. But Trick Williams wanted a shot for the NXT title. He's saying what's next for him. So he called out Dragunov. Dragunov says no. No title shot. But Lady John Trick kind of bagged himself into a title shot. So Dragunov says, I will give you a title shot at NXT's Spring Break-In. That's going to be a 2-week show. That's going to be 2 weeks. There's going to be week 1 and week 2. April something and April 30th. But Dragunov says, if you can't beat me at NXT's Spring Break-In, Trick Williams will have to leave NXT. And then Trick Williams and Dragunov got attacked by Carmelo Hayes, and he says you're not going to go to Spring Break-In because he wants to face Trick Williams inside a steel cage next week on NXT. So that's happening on NXT and NXT's Break-In and AEW Dynamite. I'm not a big fan of this whole footage thing because CM Punk is happy. He moved on. I don't know he's happy, but he moved on. Some wrestlers could be happy. They show it that they're happy on TV, but who knows in backstage. But he moved on. He has a different job. He's working with WWE. He doesn't have to worry about AEW. Yeah, he could make his own opinions and what happened, what he thinks about the company, all of that stuff. But it doesn't mean that AEW has to try and make it personal with CM Punk when they have their own show to worry about. It is like a rating boosting here, trying to put CM Punk in it, and people love CM Punk, and people always want to know what happened at All In, like 8 months ago when CM Punk left AEW, but nobody really cares about it now, because CM Punk is in WWE. Everybody moved on. Alright, everybody moved on. Jack Perry will be back in AEW sometime, but CM Punk is not going to be back in in AEW. If his contract expires on WWE, maybe he will. I don't know. But, like, what's the point of it? There's not going to be a match for AEW. There's no rivalry between these two because they're not in the same company. So I have no idea. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys Friday morning or afternoon, something like that, for TNA results. We're getting closer to Rebellion, and ladies and gentlemen, I got an unboxing to do on Friday. I got something, and I will unbox it when we do the TNA results. I don't know when it's supposed to come in. I don't know the time. I know the day, but I don't know the time. They come anytime they want. So, when you buy off Amazon. So, I will do an unboxing when we do this TNA results. That's all for me today. Tyler's out. Bye!